So today we'll be covering the carotid sheath. Here you can see, first of all, in the anterior wall of the carotid sheath, we see the ansa cervicalis. It is a nerve loop. It has a superior root and the inferior root. Superior root is formed by direct continuation of the hypoglossal nerve. This is your hypoglossal nerve. It is formed by the direct continuation of the hypoglossal nerve, but its fibers are derived from the C1 segment. And the inferior root, its fibers are derived from the C2 and C3 spinal segment. Then comes your contents of the carotid sheath. Here first of all you can see this is common carotid artery. This is common carotid artery and it is dividing into external carotid artery and internal carotid artery. It is dividing into external carotid artery and internal carotid artery. Laterally is the presence of internal jugular vein. Posteriorly, in between the two artery and the vein, lies the vagus nerve. And posteriorly to the carotid sheath, here you can see is the presence of the cervical sympathetic chain. Here is the presence of cervical sympathetic chain, and it is a cervical sympathetic ganglia here. Now let us cover the branches of the external carotid artery. There are 3 anterior branches, 2 posterior branches, 1 medial branch, and there are 2 terminal branches. So one by one we will cover every branch. First of all, this is the first anterior branch of external carotid artery. This is the superior thyroid artery which is going downwards towards the thyroid gland. This is the superior thyroid artery. Then comes your lingual artery. Here is your lingual artery which is going upwards, and it is also tortuous in nature. And this lingual artery, it gets eloped behind the posterior border of the hyoglossus muscle. Here you can see till this extent, here is the posterior border of the hyoglossus muscle. Then comes your third anterior branch, that is facial artery. Here you can see this is your facial artery which is forming the S-shaped bend here, and then at the antero-inferior angle of the masseter it enters the face. It is also tortuous in nature. And one of the 2 posterior branches here is your occipital artery, and a little above lies your posterior auricular artery. Then here is one medial branch. Here you can see this is your medial branch, ascending pharyngeal artery, which is arising from the medial surface of the external carotid artery. Then after giving the facial artery here, this external carotid artery, it is entering into the posteromedial surface of the parotid gland. Here the external carotid artery is entering into the posteromedial surface of the parotid gland, and inside the parotid gland it divides into 2 terminal branches. One is your superficial temporal artery. Here you can see this is your superficial temporal artery, and another artery is your maxillary artery. Now rest contents of the carotid sheath are 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th nerve, which pierce the carotid sheath at various levels. You can see first of all this is your 12th nerve. This is your 12th cranial nerve, or known as hypoglossal nerve. Next comes your glossopharyngeal nerve. This is your 9th nerve. Glossopharyngeal nerve, running parallelly to the 12th nerve. Then comes the 10th vagus nerve, which is running vertically downwards. And then comes your 11th cranial nerve or spinal accessory nerve, which is supplying the sternocleidomastoid. Here you can see it is supplying the sternocleidomastoid.